Hello everyone. Today we're going to do a video on how to solve linear equations of the form a over x equals b, or otherwise known as a divided by x equals b. Here we're solving for x, that's our variable. A and b are going to be numbers in our examples, integers. So let's get going. First, last video we did a times x equals b. That's what we learned how to solve. And what we learned is that you divide both sides of that by a, and you get x equals b over a. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. It's in the playlist right before this one. Either way, we're going to need that while we do these questions. This one's just a little bit more complicated than a times x equals b, just by one little thing. So step one. I won't write step one for every single question. We're going to do a bunch of examples, but I'll just write it for the first question. Multiply both sides by x. So we want to make this, essentially I'm trying to make this of the form a times x equals b. That's our goal, and then we know how to solve it from there. So step one, multiply both sides by x. We can do that because it's an equation. We multiply both sides by the same number. It doesn't change anything. What that gives us, let me start writing down here. 6 divided by x equals 3. That gives us 6x over x equals 3x. I just multiplied x's on top on both sides. That gives us, well, those x's cancel. That gives us 6 equals 3x. Rewrite that as 3x equals 6. Okay, multiply both sides by x. Step two, divide. Now this is the form we know. We know it's ax equals b. Divide both sides by, what's the coefficient of x here? It's 3. So I'll divide both sides by 3. We get x equals 6 divided by 3. Well, what's 6 divided by 3? That's 2. We get x equals 2. Some of you might have seen x equals 2 immediately because 6 over x equals 3. Well, we already know 6 divided by 2 is 3. But it's important to know the process because it won't always be so obvious. So there's just one additional step here. We try to turn it, it's a over x equals b. Turn it into the form a times x equals b by multiplying both sides by x. Whenever we do math, we try to do a whole bunch of examples. That's how you learn. You don't just do one. You do a bunch. So we'll do another example here. We have 6 over x equals 1. This one's kind of obvious, but we'll do it anyway. Multiply both sides by x. X times 6 over x equals x times 1. That's 6x over x equals, well, x times 1 is just x, right? And these x's cancel. We get 6 equals x. This one's pretty simple. Nice. And we know that makes sense, right? In math, you always want to check, does your answer actually make sense as well? It's not enough to just solve for anything and not think about your answer. You want to check it out. So if you have that x equals 6 and then you know 6 over x equals 1, that makes sense, right? Because you know 6 divided by 6 is 1. Example 3. Multiply both sides by x. We get x times 21 over x equals x times 3. Rewrite that, 21x over x equals 3x. One more time, those x's cancel. 21 equals 3x. Just switch the order. 3x equals 21. Divide both sides by 3. You get x equals 21 over 3, and that's the same. What's 21 divided by 3? That's 7. I'm going fast now, but this is our fourth example. What's the first step? Remember, math is all about algorithms like that. 100 over x equals 10. Okay, what's our first step? Multiply both sides by x. You get x times 100 over x equals 10 times x. 100 equals 10x. Divide both sides by 10. You get x equals, what's 100 divided by 10? That is just 10. So x is 10 in general. Now we say, how do we do this for everything? We've done 4 examples, which is good. How do we do it for all types of questions like this? For solving questions of the form A over X equals B, first we multiply both sides of the equation by X. This always gives A equals BX. Then we divide both sides by B, and this always gives X equals A over B. So this is always going to be your answer. So let me say, so for A over X equals B, the answer is always X equals A over B. Now you can do any question like this as long as you can identify what A and B are. Thanks for watching.